Let's go to your let's go to your 5-step program. It starts.
Sure.
What does it start with?
The first one is being willing to change.
Being okay.
Yes, and this is really a big issue because so many women, like I said, when they lose weight, they get a lot of approval from other people, and it's hard to say, okay, I'm willing to fight against this, even if it means I gain weight and I don't get as much approval.
Well, isn't there a balance? I mean, some people that I've seen, and I know there is this cliche that you can never be too thin, but some folks that I've seen, especially walking on the streets, when it's been in the magazines about fat models,
Sure.
are pathetically thin,
Yes.
not even attractively thin. So
Yeah.
one could well find that balance.
It is all about balance. Obesity is a big issue in this culture. Being too thin, has its own health implications. So really my work, it's, about letting your body find its healthy weight.
Okay. All right. So,
So step one is
step
being
one is to
willing to
recognize
change.
that you have a problem and be willing to change. And that probably
Exactly.
is one of the most difficult steps to first
Exactly,
maneuver.
it is. And then the second is to identify and detach from your negative thoughts.
Identify and detach from your negative thoughts. That sounds like a lot of words. What does that simply mean?
What it means, people, we tend to think, oh, look in the mirror, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not thin enough, I'm not beautiful enough. And it's identifying that those are thoughts and that we are not our thoughts. That's a very, very important distinction.
Right.
So
you
that we
kinda
don't need to listen to those thoughts.
You kind of have to be able to walk past the mirror without always stopping and sucking in your stomach, right?
Exactly, and realizing that we don't have to listen to those negative thoughts about ourselves.
Yeah, okay. So willing to change and disconnect from the negativity.
Exactly, from the negative thoughts. The third is connecting with your, I call it spiritual essence.
Connecting with your spiritual essence.
Which is
The core that runs through you.
Exactly, it's the unprogrammed, the unconditioned essence of who we are that isn't, it isn't our thoughts, it isn't our projections.
And how do you do that in a word?
That's meditation.
So you're a proponent of this meditation.
I
Breaking
yes.
free, well, you teach that, right?
I teach meditation, although for some people it can be walking in nature,
Right.
But I find
Or it could be
meditation.
it can just be stepping away outside and having a cold drink or something.
It's something that allows people to, again, connect with that unconditioned part of themselves.
Right, and then get away from it all.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So that was the third, fourth?
The fourth is to befriend our bodies.
Befriend
Very,
our
very
bodies.
important. Yes, and so this is, learning how to take care of our bodies in healthy ways,
Right.
learning how to appreciate our bodies, be grateful for our bodies, really treat our bodies like our babies.
Yeah.
And
So it's
nurture
kind of
them.
like again, this getting away from all the negativity.
Exactly.
Right. And finally,
finding your purpose. And this is very important because often with eating disorders and body image, negative body obsession, the focus is very much on ourselves and on what's wrong with ourselves. And when we turn that attention outward and say, how can I help? How can I, make a difference in the world? What's my purpose? It really helps to shift the focus.
Along with this same lines that we're talking about, there is a movement afoot, Sarah, that is called fat acceptance, where people say, okay, I am what I am, and I'm going to accept myself. Is that the flip side of the coin?
Well, I think, I really am a proponent of wherever you're at, accept yourself there. If you are very overweight and you wished you could do more things physically, you want to be healthier, I think you can accept yourself as you are and still, focus on living a healthy lifestyle, making healthy choices.
There's kind of an irony right now. I saw in today's paper, actually, that the incidence of obesity in New York City has grown dramatically, especially in the years 2002 to 2004, as a result of the mayor's smoking ban. It's kind of an anomaly. There's so much talk about fitness, and there's so much emphasis on being thin, and yet the obesity rate in this country has exploded.
Right.
How do you explain that juxtaposition?
Yeah, I think on some level it is the flip side of the same coin to say we have a very schizophrenic relationship with our bodies in this culture, that everyone wants to be thin, but then they, are overweight, and that there isn't peace or a healthy ease
Yeah,
there.
maybe it's all part of the same kind of lifestyle we have, where everything is celebrated, including whatever nonsense gets put on YouTube or something of that order.
Yeah, and it's extreme behavior. You know, it's the extreme dieting that, okay, I need to lose weight to fit into my prom dress, but then the flip side of that is after the prom I'm going to binge eat.
Right.
You know, there's that extreme. And what I really, you know, you can't, if any kind of extreme diet, the flip side of it is an extreme binge.
Right. I think the P word here, and we only have about a minute left, is the extremes, like
Right.
everything else in life.
Right.
Binge drinking, binge eating. I think it is the extremes that make that distort the balance.
Right. It's exactly right.
So, Break Free Beauty.
That's right.
Right. It's a good name. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
I
much.
really, and I congratulate you for being able to take yourself in your hands at a young age and conquer this.
Well,
conquer is
thank
the
you.
right word, isn't it?
That's a wonderful word.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You're watching Getting Your Money's Worth. I'm Judith West. Thank you for watching.